Hello and welcome to another stamping project with CJ Card Creations. My name is Christy Hillock. I'm an independent Stampin' It! Demonstrator located in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. I have just a quick and easy project that I feel like makes a big impact, so I hope that you will enjoy this. What I did, I found some little glittery tea lights, and I decided that I wanted to make a box to hold them. So I start with a piece of designer series paper that is 7 3/4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to bring in my scoring tool. You can use either your Stampin' trimmer or this, and we're going to start by scoring on the short side at 3/4 and at 2 1/4 and at 3 and at 4 1/2. And then we'll take the long side and score at 3/4 and 7. So a couple of tips for you as you're scoring designer series paper. First, you want to use really light pressure, whether you're using the stylus or the Stampin' Trimmer's slidey tool. Just because designer series paper is much thinner than our cardstock. Also, anytime you're scoring, you want to make sure that you have your paper flush in the corner here, or your measurements won't come out right. So now that we've gotten that scored, I'm going to take the scoring tool out, and we'll start by just burnishing our lines. And for this, you do want to use your bone folder because it's important to make the lines crisp so that the box comes together properly. And I am just going to do each line here. As I do, I am making sure that the edges line up, and that just allows me the opportunity to fix it if I have it a little bit crooked. So now we'll come across this way and this way. All right, all of our scoring is done. Now you need to bring out your paper snips. And it's a little bit hard to see, but there's squares and then there's rectangular panels above and below those score lines. So what we want to do is just snip up the score line to the perpendicular score line. And then on the square pieces, we're going to wedge cut them, but we want the rectangular pieces to stay in a rectangular shape. So don't trim off any extra there, although it does help when you cut right on the score line. Okay, there we go. All right. And then once we finish this side, we will flip this over and do the other side. Okay, just a few more snips and we will be ready for the assembly. This project is great for making multiples of. There's really, oh, see, and I wedge cut there, but it's gonna be okay. There is not much stamping on this, and once you get the hang of these scoring and snipping patterns, it goes really quickly. So I'm just going to set this here so that you can see what it looks like once you're done. All right, and now I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Seal Plus. And again, with 3Ds, you always want to use pretty heavy-duty adhesive, whether it's the Seal Plus or the liquid glue or your tear and tape. Any of those would work. So we will go ahead and get just the square tabs, a little bit of adhesive. Oh, and you know what? I shouldn't have done that yet because I need to run this through my Big Shot, my Stampin' Cut and Emboss. So hold please. Okay, so the die that I'm going to use for this is from the Succulents die set. And what I want to do is take what will be the top section of my box and center this die just right on that panel. And this is going to allow us to peek through and see what's in the box. Well, as you can see, the adhesive does not come off the plate very nicely, so we'll deal with that later. I think we can still make this box work. So you want to make the bottom part of your box first. So you're going to fold in these tabs. Okay. And now we're going to come over here, and I do just need a little bit more adhesive down here. So we'll add that. And as you can see, mistakes happen and they are fixable. There's no need to give up on things just because it hasn't gone exactly as it was supposed to. So we'll just fold this in. Now with the bottom part of your box, you really want to make sure that it's square so that the lid will close over the top of it. Now I'm going to go ahead and put in my candles. And again, these are just glittery tea lights that I found at Dollar Tree. So we'll get those guys in there. I may never recover from all the glitter in my office, but that's okay. As you're making the top part of your box, you want to make sure that you leave just a little bit more here than on the bottom so that it can close over the bottom nicely. And then we are done with making our adorable little box. So now the next thing that I want to do is bring in my rectangular postage stamp punch and some Pear Pizzazz cardstock. And so I've punched this out for us already. And we are just going to stamp it with a sentiment. If I can find my ink. I'm just using Memento Black for this project. Get my stamp inked up nicely, and I want to stamp to the right side of this postage stamp. Now, I'll get this ink out of the way, and I'm going to bring in my detailed trio punch and center my postage stamp in here and just get myself a little spot for the ribbon to go through. Now I'm using this sheer red 3/8 inch ribbon, and I absolutely love using this. And actually, if you got my November class to go, which was with the Tidings and Trimmings set, you have all of the supplies to make this project. So definitely, I hope to see that some of you have given it a try. And if you have, please share that on my Facebook page. And all right, we're gonna thread some ribbon through this. There we go. And then we'll just tie our quick bow. And that is it. You just have this really sparkly, fun gift. So I hope that you love this project. If you need any of the supplies to make this, I would sure appreciate your business. The link is in the description of this video. And also, if you would like and share, that really helps me be able to continue bringing these projects to you. All right, thanks a lot. I'll see you next time.